But it's not the good kind of tired. It's not the physical exhaustion of a day spent building a house or hiking a mountain. No, this is a deep, marrow-level fatigue. You are lying awake at 3 a.m., staring at the ceiling, calculating, if I just send 5 more emails, I just optimize this one landing page, if I work this weekend, then, maybe then, I'll feel safe. You feel like you are running at maximum capacity, redlining your engine every single day, yet the distance between where you are and where you think you should be never shrinks. It actually feels like it's getting wider. Here is the brutal truth that your hustle culture gurus won't tell you. You are not exhausted because you are working too much. You are exhausted because you are obsessed with an outcome you cannot control. You are burning alive in the gap between your expectation and your reality. And if you don't close that gap today, it won't just burn you out. It will turn your life into a cage. I used to believe the lie. We all do. It's the religion of the modern age. The lie says, grind now, enjoy later. It says, suffering is the currency you pay for success. We are taught the universe is a vending machine. If you insert enough coins of pain and sacrifice, the machine must drop the candy bar of happiness or wealth. So what happens? You insert the coins. You stay late. You skip the gym. You ignore your family. You eat stress for breakfast. And then the machine jams. The promotion goes to the guy who talks louder, not works harder. The video you spent 40 hours editing gets 200 views. The relationship you sacrificed everything for falls apart anyway. What happens to your mind in that moment? You don't just feel disappointed. You feel cheated. You feel a cosmic sense of injustice. You scream at the sky, I did my part. Where is my reward? This entitlement is the poison. I lived this way for years. I tied my self-worth to the analytics. If the graph went up, I was a god. If the graph went down, I was a failure. I was an emotional slave to a number on a screen. This is the modern failure. We have become excellent at labor, but we are terrible at living. We have convinced ourselves that the result is the point of the action. But think about it. If you are only working for the moment you finish, then the entire duration of the work is just an obstacle to be rushed through. You spend 99% of your life trying to get to the 1% where you cross the finish line. That is a mathematical formula for misery. But there is another way. Protocol written 5,000 years ago on a battlefield that looked very much like your modern life. The battlefield was Kurukshetra. The warrior was Arjuna. And just like you at 3 a.m., Arjuna was paralyzed. He was overwhelmed by the consequences of his actions. He was freezing up because he was obsessed with what might happen. And Krishna, the ultimate strategist, gave him the code to hack the human mind. It is perhaps the most famous, yet most misunderstood verse in spiritual history. Chapter 2, verse 47. Kamanya vadikaraste mafalashukadachana. You have a right to perform your prescribed duties, but you are not entitled to the fruits of your actions. Let's just break this down, because most people get this wrong. They think it means work without ambition. They think it means be a doormat. No, this is not a call to passivity. This is a call to high-performance detachment. Think of an archer. The moment the archer focuses on the bullseye, the result, what happens? His anxiety spikes. His hand trembles. He starts calculating wind speed and glory and fear of missing. His focus splits. 50% of his mind is on the arrow, the work. 50% of his mind is on the target, the fruit. He is half distracted before he even releases. Now, imagine the Nishkama Karma archer, the archer of action without attachment. He does not look at the scoreboard. He falls in love with the tension of the string. He is obsessed with his posture, his breath, the release. He pours 100% of his consciousness into the action itself. Because he doesn't fear missing, his hand is steady. Because he doesn't crave applause, his mind is clear. Here is the psychological unlock. The less you care about the result, the better your results usually are. It's a paradox. When you write to go viral, you sound desperate. When you write because you love the truth, you go viral. When you work to get the promotion, you reek of insecurity. When you work because you take pride in excellence, you become undeniable. Krishna is telling you that the fruit, the money, the likes, the thank yous, are not under your control. They depend on the market, the algorithm, the timing, the weather, and a million other variables. If you tie your happiness to variables you cannot control, you are signing a contract for anxiety. The mind is not a monkey. The mind is a lens. When you attach to the fruit, the lens fractures. You see 1,000 potential futures, 1,000 potential failures. When you practice Nishkama Karma, the lens focuses. The past dissolves. The future dissolves. There is only the work. And in that work, there is no stress. There is only flow. This is how you stop the burnout. You don't stop working. You stop waiting. Okay, philosophy is useless without protocol. How do we move this from an intellectual concept into your muscle memory? Because right now, your brain is wired for dopamine. You are wired to check the result immediately after the action. You post a photo, you check for likes. You send the email, you check for a reply. We need to break that loop. I want you to try this for the next 24 hours. Just one day. I call it the zero check day. Are the rules. 1. Perform the duty. Do your work. Write the code. Paint the canvas. Make the sales calls. Do them with intensity and excellence. Close the loop. The moment the action is done, you are forbidden from looking at the metric. If you post a video, you do not check the views. Not once. If you send a proposal, you do not refresh your inbox. If you invest in a stock, you do not look at the ticker. You will feel an itch, a physical itch to check. Did they like it? Did it work? Am I validated? Let that itch burn. That burning sensation is your ego dying. That is the feeling of you reclaiming your power from the external world. Tell yourself, I have the right to the labor. The labor was good. That is enough. If you can do this for 24 hours, you will feel a lightness you haven't felt in years. You will realize that the world keeps spinning even if you don't micromanage the outcome. The hamster wheel only spins if you keep running for the carrot. Step off the wheel. Do the work. Let the universe handle the rest. I want to know where you are leaking your energy. Which fruit are you most addicted to right now? Is it validation, likes, praise, or is it control, money, outcome? Leave a comment below. Just one word, validation or control. Let's see what holds us back. See you on the path.